Welcome to Present Poetry. I'm your host, Erin Crittenden, and all poems within this podcast are either public domain or used with permission from the author or the author's estate. It's a fun time for poetry lovers of all ages, so sit back, relax, and get ready to hear some poems of the past and the present. This week's featured poet is Gary Clarke. Gary Clarke moved to the Wallago Steps area of Scotland in 1989 and quickly formed a love of history, nature, music, and blogging. In 2021, he hoped to build an interest in a blogging website by finding like-minded individuals. During that exploration, he found poetry. Since then, Gary has combined his inspiration of nature, music, and general philosophy into his own form of rhyming poetry. Within his first year, he felt a lot of love and support from some major talents on Twitter, which encouraged him to keep going. To date, Gary has been published in We Wear the World Different, a collection of poems from the Twitter writing community, raising awareness and acceptance about autism, with all proceeds going to the Autism Angels, UK, as well as A Whisper of Your Love, which is a collection of poems contributed to by the poetry community under the Instant Eternal hashtag on Twitter with the theme of love. In late January of 2023, Gary was also published in the anthology called Hidden in Childhood, a debut book from a new publishing house called Literary Revelations, which is associated with the award-winning poet Gabriela Marie Milton. We will be reading 5 of these original poems, which have been published on Twitter and across various other platforms. Poem 1. Autumn watched as winter calls. Not all seasons freeze the doors. Stormy shivers shook the trees. Goosebumps rise, if you please. Snow like satin, sparkled white. Dress serene, it's quite a sight. But beauty has so many sides. Deadly doesn't spring to minds. Poem 2. The silence from the skies prompts a question from the wise. So much darkness all around in a night where there's no sound. Are you awake? Answers go unspoken, yet the stars and moon have awoken. You're still, yet moved to the core. Sleep deep and dream some more. Poem 3. Stormy air tells no lies. Pewter and fossil stain the skies. In the crowd, to write again, you were keen with elegant pen. Rain was ink, as art was born. Stories scribed from dusk till dawn. You're the muse before canvas blue. Tiny cloud makes old seem new. Poem 4. Nobody knew how much you'd bruise when you slipped on life's banana shoes. Makes no difference if you'd walked or run, you're a story now told by some. Each step taken in life to get through has somebody somewhere thinking of you. Poem 5. You seek a sturdy path to tread through woods which cast a twisted net, where branches thick and edges cut scratch words of wisdom, don't give up. When times get tough, you dig deep, built out of tears which you weep. No trek and struggle, true, are part of what makes you. Thank you for listening to this episode of Present Poetry. If you enjoyed it, please leave us a review, share us on social media, or subscribe so you never miss an episode. If you would like to learn more about the featured poet, or you would like your work featured on the podcast, please check out the links in the show notes. Thank you again for listening, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.